Good afternoon.
Hi, afternoon.
May I know your name, please?
My name is Farah.
Okay. How long have you been working in HSA?
More or less, I think around 3 years.
3 years. What are you working as?
I'm a doctor. Currently, I'm in cardio department.
Okay. Dr. Farah, can I ask you, what are your job satisfaction?
Job satisfaction. I think actually it's a lot of things. Because I'm from cardio department, so I'll just mostly talk about heart. So if I have a heart attack, something like that, so obviously you'll see me. So most of the time is saving life. If I can save life, if patient is alive and you manage to save patients, so I think that's the most satisfaction I can get. When they start thanking you, the patients, the family, I think it's one of the joy that I can get.
Okay. Any other job satisfaction, like your environment?
My colleague, my superior, because actually most of them are quite nice. So I think if in a workplace you have a nice boss, you'll be like very excited to start working.
Okay. What is your job dissatisfaction?
Such a tricky question. I'm a doctor, but I'm a
Satisfaction.
such a tricky question. I'm a doctor, but actually a doctor in civil. I'm a government servant. So I think even general people knows that in government setting we work like crazy. So the working hours is literally crazy. If I'm on call, I will work for 36 hours continuously. So it's very tiring, and yeah, sometimes you just feel like giving up.
Are you burnout, tired?
Yeah, obviously. By the next day, I don't think I can process whatever that people are talking to me.
Okay. What about your relationship with your colleagues?
It's mostly good, but you will have like one or two people that will certain things will really tick you off. Latecomers, frequent ELs and MCs. It's common things that really people will really dislike. So that kind of thing, if it happens, it really just make you feel very angry.
Alright. Okay, thank you, Dr. Farah.
Okay, thank
Hope
you.
to see you soon.
No.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay. May I know your name, please?
My name is Eugene.
Okay. What are you working as?
I'm a doctor in HSA.
Okay. How long have you been working?
Approximately about 3 years.
Okay. Dr. Eugene, can I ask you, what are your job satisfaction?
My job satisfaction includes whenever patient shows appreciation. What I do is actually the orthopedic department, so I deal a lot with broken bones and also bad wounds. So I get satisfaction whenever I see patient recovers, especially when I fix their bones and they get to, from not ambulating, being unable to ambulate because of a broken bone, I see them being able to walk again. So that's one of the satisfaction that I get. Another one, it's also my working environment. I think it's conducive, and it enables me to learn and improve as a person as well.
Okay. Do you have your dissatisfaction in your job?
Yeah. Obviously, when there is this is the bad side of my work is one. There will be a lot of obviously there will be some toxic colleagues around, which includes not being on time for work or missing in work, and also the time that doctor to patient ratio. I think that sometimes we are obviously heavily burdened with a lot of patient workload. So that is some of the dissatisfaction that I go through.
Do you have any problems with your relationship with your colleagues? How is your relationship? Is there a dissatisfaction in that?
As of this time, as I'm speaking right now, there will be no. I had no issues with my colleagues. We get along quite well. There's no issues of racism or even sexism inside. So yeah, I'm actually kind of happy with my colleagues.
Okay. What about your
Yeah. Obviously, I love working with my colleagues, but however, there will be like one or two bad apples that actually spoil the whole thing. Where that colleague will just delegate all the work to you, and also not have much responsibility. Whereas when you're on call with him, for example, and then you're actually more bogged down by work. So these are the dissatisfaction that I also experience whenever I am working.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
May I know what are you working as?
I'm working as a medical officer.
Okay, where are you working?
I'm working in the emergency department.
How long have you been here?
About 5 years.
Okay. May I know if there is any job satisfaction?
Job satisfaction in terms of
Patient
patient care. I guess when you see the patients getting proper treatments and all, and you know they're on the right path with the management wise and all, I guess that actually makes us happy. And you know that the patient will eventually get well with the treatment. So far, so good, I guess.
Okay. What about the environment? Your job environment, your working environment.
Basically, it is always busy. We have bad days, and it's super busy, and you get stressed out. But I guess it depends on the people you're working with. So if you have a good group, a good team, everything works well, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Is there any job satisfaction, like your long hours of working?
Long hours. Well, I choose this profession, and it's expected with we're working in emergency department. Our timing is always out. It is tiring, but I guess at the end of the day, with a good team and crazy activity, you're actually quite satisfied when you go back. It's still okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Is there any dissatisfaction that you have in your job?
Okay, so dissatisfaction. We've had a period where we had lack of staff. We didn't even had enough housements at that time. So there were like only one in charge of like 20 patients at that time. And plus if it's a hectic day, it's quite tiring. There are days when you feel totally out of focus and sad because you don't think that you actually managed to give your 100% into the work, and you feel like you didn't do what you could have done better. And there were days when we had to work extended timing, so where some of them we go back after 8 hours, we're going to do 16 to 20 hours in 2-3 days. So with the lack of sleep and all, even judgment also gets affected. These are the few issues that we had. And then it also depends on your colleagues, I guess. So if you have those who are calculative and those who are a little bit slow, there are issues with that. So your work actually tends to get delayed because of it. I guess this actually takes a toll on our work. So yeah, these are the few things that makes you not want to work.
Okay. Thank you so much, doctor.
Done.